Thank you for choosing Essential Skills. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to get up and running with your Essential Skills subscription. First, you'll need to go to the school login page. The easiest way to do this is to click on the link in the email that you received when you registered. You can also go to essentialskillsonline.com or click on the school login link at the top of our main website. Next, you'll need your school ID. If you clicked on the link in the email, you shouldn't need to enter your school ID. Your school ID can be found in the email that you received when you registered. The subject line of this email is Essential Skills Login, and the sender is support@essentialskills.com. I recommend that you either print this email out or make a note of your school ID and login info for future reference. If you ever forget your school ID, you can click on the Find My School ID link on the school login page. The first thing we need to do is add your class or classes and students to the teacher dashboard. To do this, simply enter your school ID and click the admin icon. Next, enter your username and password on the admin login page and click the login button. Your admin username and password can be found in the email you received following registration. By default, your username should be admin, and your password is typically the first name of the account administrator, followed by pass. My name, for example, is Matthew, so my default password is Matthew Pass. The first time you log into the teacher dashboard, you can simply follow the prompts to add your class or classes and students. You'll have two options for adding your class or classes. You can either enter a class name, teacher login name, teacher password, and click the Add to Class List button, or you can use the import feature to add multiple classes and students. If you only have a few classes to enter, adding them one at a time is quick and easy. If, however, you have several classes that you're adding, it's recommended that you use the import feature. Simply follow the instructions for how to properly format your file. The import feature accepts 5 different formats for your data, so you'll have plenty of options to choose from. If you have a list of teachers and students in a different format, it might be easiest to just import a class list and then go in and add students afterwards. To import just a class list, you would select option 1, including just a list of classes in the first column. Whatever class name you enter, this is how it will appear to students during login. You can choose to enter teacher names, grade levels, or any other information that will help the students identify their class. I'm going to use Mr. Brown grade 2. This should make it easy for students to locate their class. The username will be the teacher username to log into the dashboard. If you don't enter a custom username, the class name will be used by default. I recommend that you use something a little simpler for the username to make it easier to log into the dashboard. I'm going to keep it simple and just use my first name. For my password, I'm going to use first name, last name initial, and pass. Finally, click the Add Class to List button. At this point, you'll be asked if you'd like to add students. Go ahead and click OK. You can either type a list of students or copy and paste a list into the area on the left-hand side of the screen. If you're entering students one at a time, you can hit Enter after each name to move to the next line. If you have a list of students, you can simply copy and paste this into the space provided. You have some options for student usernames. This is the name students will enter to log into the programs. You can also set it up so they just select their name from a list. Please see the student login video or click the Simplify Student Login link in your registration email to learn more about how to do this. If you don't have any students with the same first name, you can select the first name option for your student usernames. Since I have 2 students with the same first name of Noah, I'm going to choose the first name plus last name initial option. Next, you have some options for the student passwords. You can have the system automatically generate passwords. You can enter a common password for all students, or you can even have it so that there's no password required. For security purposes, we recommend using the generated password option. You can choose the number of characters and whether you'd like it to include both letters and numbers, or one or the other. I'm going to set mine for 3 characters and just use numbers. Finally, we just need to click the Verify button. On the next screen, you'll simply need to verify that there are no errors. Typically, an error will only occur if the same student name has been entered more than once, or if you have 2 students with the same first name and have selected the first name as the student username. If you do happen to run into an error, simply select Retry to go back and correct the issue. If everything checks out, you can go ahead and click the Add Students button. That's it. You've added your first class. Simply repeat this process to add more classes. When you're done, you can click on the Password List button to view and print a list of student usernames and passwords. To get a list of teacher usernames and passwords, choose the Home tab, and then click on the Classes tab again and the Password List button. Be sure to check out our other tutorial videos, and please do not hesitate to contact us should you have any questions whatsoever. We're here to help. Thank you for choosing Essential Skills.